Alright, this time I'm doing Ninja Turtles. Um, that I'm playing Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo. Haven't played it in a long time. Turn it down a little. I decided to do this because I was watching the new Ninja Turtles today. Man, you really get epilepsy from that. I was watching a rerun of the new Ninja Turtles today. You can see it on my face, it's just flashing. Probably bad for kids with epilepsy, or just people with epilepsy in general. But I was watching the rerun today. I've been waiting for it to come back for a while now. It seems like everything's just like stopped coming on, and now a bunch of shows have their season finales, but it seems like all the animated shows I watch have just been off forever. It feels like. But I was watching a rerun today, and I just thought, I haven't done Ninja Turtles. I was listening to the theme song on my laptop while I was doing some other stuff. I just thought, why not do Ninja Turtles? Why not play the game? It'd been a long time, like I said. It's a huge franchise that spans decades, starting off as a comic book. And now we have, a couple of movies, some live action ones. Some people don't really like the third one. That was actually the first one I saw, so I don't know. I guess when you start off with the worst one, it's not as bad to you. But I don't know, I've seen that like a million times because I have it like recorded off of TV. So I've seen that a bunch and I don't really mind it. I've seen the first and second one too, but I can barely remember them. Except for in 2, they had Vanilla Ice sing that Go Ninja Go song, which is super cheesy. I think the worst thing about the Ninja Turtles movies is that they become more for kids than adults, because in the first one they actually cuss, and then after that they stop doing that, and that kind of sucks when you think about it, because if you've read the Ninja Turtles comics, they're pretty gritty, and if you didn't know this, Ninja Turtles started off as a parody of Daredevil, if I remember right. And I found that really interesting when I figured that out, which I learned from the show Comic Book Man. Great show, you should watch that, just to randomly plug a show. But, it became something obviously way more than, just a parody of Daredevil. You got Ninja Turtles toys, games, movies, TV shows, some great, some not so great. Like I said, you got the live action movies, people hate the third one. The live action TV show that had the female Ninja Turtle, which I had no idea what she was from, honestly, until this year, because I'd never seen the Next Generation, or I'd never even heard of it until I saw a preview for it on the Hub. I was like, what is this? And so I was like, obviously it's Ninja Turtles, so it instantly got recorded. And I watched like the opening credits, and I was like, this isn't gonna work. It started off with a rap song. I was like, nope, that's not gonna happen. But I found out that's where the female Ninja Turtle came from, who was in that Power Rangers episode. Because I was always like, why did they make a female Ninja Turtle just for like a Ninja Turtle Power Ranger team up episode? That seemed really weird, and they didn't. They used the Ninja Turtles from the Next Mutation. I also didn't know, or no, I didn't. Not that I didn't know. When I watched the show, or like saw the promo for it, I saw that the costumes that they had for the show weren't the ones they used in the movies. At least they didn't look like it to me. They seemed like cheaper. Like the company was like, no, these are ours for the movies that we're not doing anymore. So you get the cheap ones or something. That's what it looked like to me. And then of course the female Ninja Turtle one was just not great. But after years and years of just like no movies, we got that 3D movie, which personally I thought it was a pretty good movie. It was kind of one of those movies that you could watch like every once in a while. It wasn't like excellent or anything, and it did take place. It does kind of count as Ninja Turtles 4. If you watch the movie, they have all the stuff from the first 3 movies. They have like the Scepter of Time, whatever it's called. They have the scepter from the 3rd movie. They have Shredder's helmet. It kind of looks like the Super Shredder helmet, because it does look kind of wide. And I remember I saw a review, I want to say it was Angry Video Game Nerd Review, and he mentioned, because it does look kind of big, so it could have been Super Shredder or regular Shredder. I don't know. It would be weird if it was Super Shredder, I guess, but it's Shredder's mask. So that movie did count as 4, and that's why Shredder's not in it. But they did have Karai, which was pretty cool, and I always like seeing Karai. I don't like her so much in the new show. I don't. It's not that I don't like her character because she's an awesome character. It's that I don't really like how she looks in the show. I think her hair just looks weird, but I kind of got past that, and it's absolutely fine. And speaking of the new show, it's a great show to me. I think it really does capture a lot of the Ninja Turtles, but it does it, it captures the more adult aspect of it in a way that still works for kids, like how they do sort of the white eyes when they're like really serious and they go into like kind of, it's almost like anime, you know, and it's really cool to me. I like how it looks when they do that. Okay. I like how it looks when they do all that because it sort of shows the intensity of the characters. Sorry, I got distracted. But it shows the intensity of the characters, and I really enjoy that because, they do their regular moves. They're like, Booyaka Shot, the new Cowabunga, which I don't mind. I kind of like Cowabunga better, but I guess that's just because I'm used to it from playing this for so long. And I'm really getting messed up. I hate these robots. But, they do the whole, like, wide-eye anime thing when they're super serious. And they're, like, slicing through the Krang and stuff, which I really enjoy. And also, I like the Krang, how they talk. It's just really silly. And how Leonardo watches, like, it's basically Star Trek, except the captain's a complete dick. And he just, like, doesn't care about anybody. Like, pretty much all the people that die are the red shirts from Star Trek. And they'll get, like, they'll just get destroyed. They'll get hit by a laser, and he's just like, oh, that's what they're there for. And you have the guy. If you didn't know, that's the guy who's always like the second in command. That's the guy who plays Robin in Teen Titans. I'm pretty sure that's him. That sounds like him to me. But he's always like, Captain, what are we gonna do? We lost the crew members, and he's like, well, that's what they're there for, to get hit by lasers and then killed. In the second scene that they're actually in, that's what they're there for, to get killed by a laser. And it's just kind of funny to, watch Leonardo get all of his, well, not all of it, but to watch Leonardo get some of his advice from a show where the captain like slaps people and just doesn't care when they get killed by laser beams. It's kind of funny, and I like the whole aspect of Donatello, like in April. I think that's really funny. But I really wonder if they're gonna bring in Casey because Casey's pretty sweet. But how they did April like as a teenager, I wonder if they're gonna do like Casey as a teenager. How they're gonna do that. Is he gonna come in and like April? Is he gonna fight Donatello and stuff like that from the start, or is it gonna be like in the other forms where Casey comes in and he pretty much it's him versus Raph all the time because they're pretty much the same. They're just like they want to be vigilantes, and they just like fight each other all the time, or at least in the beginning they fight each other. And I wonder if they're gonna even bring him in, which I really hope they do. And I'm actually, he's a main character of Ninja Turtles. He's not one of the Turtles, obviously, but neither is April or Splinter. But they're just as important, because they bring a specific dynamic. And Casey's just a really sweet character. So I really want him to come into the show. I'm just curious as to how they're gonna do it. And like how they've done like Baxter Stockman, I like how they did him. Like I remember him from the old cartoon. He was like he got turned into a fly, and that was kind of interesting. Which they took straight out of the Fly movie, but I didn't know that when I first saw the show as a kid. I didn't know that, but he was actually pretty cool when he became that fly. He was like beating up everybody, and he almost killed the turtles, but then he got like zapped into an alternate dimension. So oh well, but. How Baxter is Shredder, the episode when they first fought Shredder, I was like on the edge of my seat at the end of that episode. That was by far my favorite episode because, that was right when they, right when the Turtles were like really confident, like, hey, we're beating up all the enemies, we're like winning every fight we have, we're just that good, and then they stopped New York from getting destroyed, from the like the mutagen being released all over New York and turning everybody into mutants. And they're like, we saved the day. We beat, both our enemies. The Shredder's two guys. I can't think of the names right now. But we beat both of them, and we saved the day. It's like perfect. And then Shredder comes in, and he just destroys them completely. And that's what he does, because he's Shredder. He beats up the Turtles, and then Splinter comes in and beats him up. It's just the circle of life, or the triangle, because that's all that happens. But like, I really enjoyed that episode. I enjoy every episode, like I said, but you just can't beat an episode with Shredder unless it's a really good episode with Karai, maybe, because some of those are pretty sweet too. And so, like, it's already been renewed. It was renewed, I think, before it even came out. I think it got picked up for like 3 whole seasons. So obviously we're gonna have Ninja Turtles for a couple of years at least. And then we have this new game coming out that it looks like, the Turtles don't look cool to me. I don't like how they look too much, because they look kind of weird. But the action for the game really does fit the Turtles. Everyone has their own style. Like Raphael has his own moves. He'll like beat people up more than like Donatello or Leonardo might. And everybody has their own specific style in the game, and it looks pretty cool. I don't know, I can't think of what it's gonna be called, but you should check out the trailer for it, because it seems pretty sweet. And obviously it's got like 4-player co-op, and you can do like tag moves and all that stuff. It looks pretty cool. But Ninja Turtles have always been, since this game, they've been a part of my life. I've always enjoyed them. They really came back with the TMNT cartoon, which I'm sure a lot of people, I think that's how a lot of people got into Ninja Turtles, was because TMNT came out. And that was a fantastic show. I love that. I didn't watch it when they went to the future. I think that's the only show that ever made me stop watching like a series. Like, I watched all of TMNT, then they went to the future. And, fast forward, I didn't like the theme song. I didn't like the show. I was just like, man, it just didn't click to me. So I stopped, and then once I went back to the sewers, it was really cool. And they had like 3 shredders and stuff. 3 techno shredder, real shredder, Krang shredder. It was just so many shredders all over the freaking place. And then I should have picked somebody else. But they got like different shredders. They have like the future look a little bit. It's a little bit different, but it's still from the fast forward season. They have that when they go into the computers, and it was pretty cool. And unfortunately, I think it got canceled after that. I don't think it was that it got canceled. I think it was just that was when like 4Kids kind of like disappeared for a little bit. But oh well. I think what it was that's when like WB like changed to CW and all that stuff. And a bunch of shows disappeared, even for 4Kids, which I didn't think that would be affected. I think that's what it was. And it disappeared, and that was pretty much it. And then they had the movie that kind of ended it all. But I think that was like after the show went off, if I remember right. But I really loved the movie. I know some people didn't like it because of how it showed the 80s cartoon turtles. It made them more comedic than they actually were. I didn't really recognize that because I think it was because I was just enjoying the movie so much. I was like, this is amazing. You have like TMNT turtles, you have the 80s turtles, and then in the end they went back to the comic book turtles. And it was funny when they met them, they were talking about how they were worse than Raph was because it was the original turtles, and they would just cuss and destroy people. Man, that really sucked. I lost all my lives. But I really loved that movie, and then after that we kind of had a lull until the 3D movie came out. And we had a bunch of games for TMNT. I only had like the first one, but that was okay. and now we have the current Ninja Turtles, which I'm surprised they don't have a game for that yet, and they might. I probably just haven't even seen it, but I love the show, love the franchise. I can't wait for the new game to come out because I think it'll be really good. It seems really gritty, and I'm hoping that it does incorporate, what people enjoy from Ninja Turtles from the very beginning. The aspect that they don't just make jokes and play around like in the '80s cartoon, which they don't just do that, but it's not as kiddie as the cartoons make it out to be. It's more like TMNT, and then it's even darker than that. So hopefully it'll at least be like TMNT. And the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle show, it's not insanely dark, but I think they do it really well for a Nickelodeon show, I guess I can say. But I think how they capture it is really well done, and I hope they do that in the game even more so because watching it on TV is obviously different. Like I'm playing the TMNT 4, and it has like the whole cartoony look and all that, and I'm like beating people. Well, I'm getting beat up. I'm actually not doing too well, but you fighting everybody, and everyone has the pixelated look because it's Super Nintendo and stuff. But it is based off of the cartoon, and you can actually change the look of the turtles from the cartoon to the comic, which is actually pretty sweet, and they do look darker when you put the comic version on. So I'm hoping it's kind of like TMNT, and it has that gritty aspect. And like I said, it seems like it does as far as the little bit I've seen. It's pretty cool. Everyone has their own fighting style. Raph is more the, I guess he's more like the tank, because he's the fighter of all the turtles. He's the one who wants to fight the most. And, he beats everybody up. And a comment I read after I watched the trailer that I thought made a lot of sense was I hope, like the person said, like I hope he actually uses the size when they fight like robots, like they did in the '80s cartoon. Like all the Foot Clan were just robots because Shredder and the Krang were working together from like the first episode. So they were just like chopping them up and doing all that from like the very beginning. But you watch the Turtle show now, they obviously chop up the Krang robots, but they don't kill any of the Foot Ninja. And I think they're getting into the part where, Shredder and the Krang work together, so they're gonna start making Foot, robots now. So I think they're gonna be, just like every enemy now is just gonna, or most of the enemies at least, they're gonna be actually like destroying because they'll just be robots. And I'm pretty curious to see that because, when they fight humans, they can't just like do all the skills that they have and all their moves. They can't just like dodge and block and then just like chop a guy up. That's not how they were raised. That's not what they do. But when they fight robots, they can just destroy all of them. So I really want to see that. And for the game, I'm sure they will capture it just based on the little bit I've seen. So you should really check that out. I'll probably just try to find a link and just put it in the description. But if you don't know Ninja Turtles, you should. I don't know if you don't know Ninja Turtles. I don't know why you're even this far into this super long video. But if for some reason you're watching this and you're not into Ninja Turtles, you should get into Ninja Turtles because it's a great franchise, and I'm sure it'll last a super long time. It's kind of like how Transformers last a really long time, and I guess I'll probably talk about that tomorrow because I also like Transformers. But it's got ninjas and turtles as one whole thing, which seems really silly, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles work. They get trained by a mutated rat who used to be a human. Unfortunate, but hey, sometimes you don't have the easy life, and Splinter does not at all. But check out the franchise. Watch the new show to support it. You can watch old TMNT. You can probably find that on YouTube. Like I've seen a couple of episodes. You can find the movie on YouTube. The cartoon movie. It's called Turtles Forever. You can probably find the other ones too for free. Although I'm sure YouTube has them to pay, where you can pay for them. But just check out something with Ninja Turtles. Find the old comics, old shows, whatever. Just something with Ninja Turtles. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. If you like teenagers, mutants, ninjas, or turtles, you will enjoy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It actually does every aspect very well. So comment, let me know what you think of Ninja Turtles, your favorite, version of the Turtles, favorite show, favorite like moment out of the Ninja Turtles franchise. I can't really say don't spoil anything because it's such an old franchise. It's kind of hard not to if you're talking about certain um, favorite points, but if you can be vague so that people who have seen the point or seen that thing know what you're talking about, but other people don't, that would be nice. But favorite parts, um, least favorite parts, I guess, which I think a lot of people are just gonna slam the third live action movie, even though, like I said, I personally enjoy it, but I know a lot of people hate it. But favorite parts, least favorite parts, just the franchise as a whole. So comment, rate, subscribe if you like. Thanks for watching.